Welcome back to the Rich Room Spotlight. Today, incredible spotlight. This guy is so instrumental to me. He's part of the reason I'm here. So I want to introduce you guys to Lance Hyde. This is my guy. This is my brother, man. This is a very special guy. And this guy is responsible for Louboutin, John. And I'm going to get back to that. You guys are not going to believe this. So Lance, man, welcome, man. Thank you very much. Listen, you are a Rich Room veteran. You're a Rich Room veteran. You hung out with me.
Thank you.
You brought some incredible food over, man. You do your thing on the grill. But more importantly, I want people to know about you. I want people to know about your influence and your impact on me, your impact on Jerome from a business standpoint. You know what I mean? Because I mean, when I think about you, man, I think about the ultimate supplier diversity champion, like a guy who fights for minority companies within the corporate world. You know what I mean? And you face a lot of adversities, racism, direct racism, and everything else in your life, man. You know what I mean? So I want to talk about it. And you're from Oakland.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, we always talk about Detroit and Oakland. You know, Detroit and Oakland, we feel like they're sister cities because they're so similar. One is on the West Coast, one is in the Midwest, but they're very, very similar with that blue collar work ethic type deal. You know what I mean? With those driving industries that left the city. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So man, tell me about you. What's up, Lance? What's up with you, man?
Everything is good, man. I just lost my father though.
Yeah. And I definitely apologize. That was a great guy.
Yeah, he was a big inspiration for me. And he was really the catalyst for me to want to be involved in social economic business development and supplier diversity, because where we came from, as you mentioned with Oakland, it was a challenging time, but he knew the importance of investing in education. And he knew that he wanted to do everything he could within his capabilities to provide, in his mind, what would be a better life for my sister and me.
Yeah.
So, when we saw it worked, So for me, I knew the importance of social economic business development. That's why I was such a proponent of small business development and supplier diversity, because I saw the impact that it made in our community. Not just economically, but also from a social side.
Yeah.
As we know, we've done many studies ourselves, and we've seen that minority-owned businesses hire people of color and actually women for the business that we were doing business. We found that the more minority businesses were hiring women at a greater rate than women-owned businesses were too as well.
Wow.
So we saw that as a catalyst to help give opportunities for people, and sometimes people within our communities might have made a mistake in their life.
Yeah.
And they aren't able to pass background checks to work in corporate America. But they still need a viable means to feed, clothe, and provide shelter for their families. Oftentimes, minority-owned business are the only viable means for legitimate gainful employment. So what we found is that there's a strong social economic impact in it in terms of creating jobs for people who may otherwise not have those opportunities. And it helps to reduce recidivism that took place in our community at the time. So many different aspects of the benefits of society.
A second chance is needed, man.
Absolutely.
You people make mistakes. We all make mistakes.
Right.
And I don't even call them mistakes. I call them lessons.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they were a mistake at the time, but it was a learning lesson moving forward.
Learning.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's incumbent upon us as a little bit more middle-aged leaders now to do what we can within our capabilities to show the youth in urban city communities that there's a different path they could take.
Yeah.
Because growing up, when I grew up, we thought there was only two different ways you can go, either through entertainment or, sports.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't, there's only so many LeBron James.
There's only one.
And there's only so many different folks that are going to make it into the entertainment side. Mm-hmm. So we know what the alternative was.
Yeah, we do.
So we would have to do what we can to show young children and the youth, and we are a future of tomorrow, that there is a different path that they can take. Yeah, they can take to have a better future in life, and that exposure that they can. That's something that my father did with us.
Right.
Showed us that there was a different path.
Exposure is the key.
Exposure
is the key.
You just have to see that there's something out there, and there's a different way that you can achieve it too.
And that's what we don't see in our communities. Well, I think you see it more now, but I think growing up for us, we're children of the 70s and 80s. Right. So seeing it, we saw our parents. They, of course, were the biggest impact on our family.
Absolutely.
But outside of that, just professional people in professional jobs, we didn't get a chance to see that.
Absolutely.
And if we did, we didn't get a chance to talk to them.
Right.
And that's changed. And of course, social media, this platform, that's where the Rich Room Live was created. It was created to help spread that word, let people meet you. You know what I mean? Let them meet me and everyone else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I want to talk about, man. I want to talk about, we want to talk about the energy industry. I want to talk about energy. We won't mention any names, but you and I met casually through an organization that if you don't know about it, look it up. It's the NMSDC, National Minority Supplier Diversity Council.org. Look it up. Powerful organization. You need it, right? So you and I were both with companies that were members of this organization,
right?
And we always saw each other. And then I still remember I was in New York with my guy Chuck. We were at a national conference, and you called.
You still remember that?
I still remember. You called and asked. You were thinking. You said we're doing an event. We want to see if Jerome could come in and speak, right? I'm like, well, I don't. Jerome handles his business appearances. I don't do that. Then you said, well, wait. Have you ever thought about working in the oil and gas industry, right?
Right.
And I said, at that point, we already had. 5 years prior, Jerome and I did some research on selling frac sand and inside of that process. Right. And when you said it, I'm like, yeah, we do. We're thinking about selling sand. And you said, wait, if you're thinking about selling sand, I got opportunities for you. And then from that moment, we met on Thursday. The next day, you had us meeting with the president of the company. And fast forward, we met great guys, Linwood, Brad, great guys across the board who we formed these partnerships with, like with brothers. These guys are my brothers, and IntegraServe and everything else, KMI and Bettis Brothers Sand and Gravel, right?
Right.
So fast forward that, you came back and said, man, we got another opportunity. We signed a 3-year, $150 million deal with you, man, which was insane. And that went the way it went, and we're still pioneers for minorities in the energy industry. Absolutely. You know what I mean? We're like the strategic leaders and experts on strategic partnerships in the energy industry because of you. You built the Rich Room, baby.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, though, I give all praise to God.
100%.
But you're right. I was used as a vehicle to help. But what you all have done is taken that opportunity, that platform, and you've helped so many people as a result of it. So you've received, but you've given back. You've helped a lot of different individuals with different opportunities to business, and you've really taken advantage of that opportunity, that platform that you were blessed with to help others. And that's something that you all should really be commended for.
I appreciate that.
And you're in a position where you can have an opportunity, have an influence on many other different business leaders in the future too, as well.
And I don't talk about that much. The Rich Room is really not to talk about me, not to talk about Jerome. And Jerome was my big fish, so I'm gonna have him on soon. Me and him talked about it yesterday while we were watching TV, waiting for my nephew's game. But we don't talk about that because I don't want it to be something like I'm talking about me. You know what I mean? I want to talk about you, man.
Okay.
But your impact on us is incredible. You know what I mean? Your family's my family. You know what I mean? Me and Jerome love you, man. You're our guy.
I love y'all too.
Yeah, that's something, man.
It's never going anywhere.
It's never going anywhere.
Your mom, your sister, all of y'all.
Yeah, man. And now I got to get you back, man. I want you to come back. You've already partied, but I want to get you to come back and sit, have some fun, and talk life some more with me, man.
Let's do it, bro.
That's good, man. So listen.
Forward to it.
Lance Hyde, again, one of the reasons, one of the architects of the Rich Room. You know what I mean? This guy has helped us tremendously, have put us in the rooms with the people that were looking for us and we were looking for them. He's a connector. He's a bridge. He's a resource. We use him. He's the maker of Millionaires. That's this guy right here, Lance Hyde, man. So, and I want to take this opportunity right now to officially welcome you to the Rich Room, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Welcome.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Lance Hyde, guys, another great spotlight. Again, we got so much information and so many people to talk to you guys about. Take it in, man. Check us out. Like, share, subscribe, pass it on. We're on Shitter, Twitter, Bitter, all that.
Everything.
Check all this out, man. We're there. But check us out. This guy right here, man. This dude right here. That's everything. My man. Cheers. Have a great one, guy.